So with that, I think we'll start. Kerry, if you'd like to read the citation.
Mr. Alexander Townsend. In the 1990s, Alex Townsend came up with the innovation of converting a single-decker bus into a mobile classroom to teach the island's primary school children about the creative use of computers. With the support of Manx Telecom and the Isle of Man government, the computer bus was launched in 1998, led by Mr. Townsend until 2020. Described by an Apple spokesperson as a stroke of brilliance, Mr. Townsend and the computer bus have helped tens of thousands of Manx pupils learn critical ICT skills, including design work, filmmaking and code, and have led the island's young people into creative careers all over the world. In 2014, in celebration of 30 years since the first Apple Mac was released, Mr. Townsend was recognised alongside 29 other pioneers across a range of backgrounds and industries who had made a profound impact in the field of computing. Large numbers were inspired to go into teaching after taking part in lessons either at St Ninian's High School, where Mr. Townsend taught for 16 years, or as primary school children on the computer bus. On his retirement, one teacher said, "I put my passion and excitement of the teaching of ICT and the enhancement of learning through technology down to the work of Mr. Townsend has done and the bus itself." Your Excellency, Mr. Alexander Townsend, British Empire Medal.
Mr. Townsend, Alex, on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen, Lord of Man, this gives me immense pleasure to present you with the British Empire Medal. Many, many congratulations.
Your Excellency, thank you very much. 5 minutes. Your Excellency, Lady Lorimer, Minister Edge, and the Government House team, thank you very much for arranging and staging this event tonight. We had a formal send-off of the computer bus itself back in March 2020, and I invited lots of people who are high up in the Department of Education and so forth at the time to come along to that, but many other people didn't get an opportunity to come to that send-off because it was during the day, and that's why there's not much of an overlap, if you like, between that guest list and the one tonight. This is your opportunity here to come along and be thanked by me. There were literally hundreds of people that I would have loved to have been along here tonight. Lots and lots of people. But I had to narrow it down. And I thought, you know, what I need to do is to come up with a sort of set of criteria, if you like, so we can have a nice representative sample of people who've helped with the computer bus and done things with it over the years. Of course, we can go back to the beginnings of the computer bus, and no event like this would be complete without John Thornley. Where's he hiding? Well, there he is, who, as most of you know, was the IT advisor at the time, who saw the potential of setting up the computer bus. And I have to say, a surprise guest for me tonight, and I'm very grateful, has come George Quayle, whose idea it was back in the mid-90s, I think, to suggest the idea of a secondment for me from St Ninian's to John. And that sort of set the ball rolling as well, and I never really properly acknowledged that until just now, so thanks George for coming along. It wouldn't have been possible without our sponsors, Manx Telecom and Tours Isle of Man. I'm pleased that David Mitchell, where's he hiding? Where's Dave Mitchell? Oh, there you are. If Tours hadn't given the bus a home and looked after it with maintenance and so forth, again, it's very likely the project could never have happened. I never got a chance to say thanks very much to the teams of trainers that we had in the early 2000s, the laptop literacy people, of whom there were about 18 or 19, I think. And I'm delighted that the laptop literacy team is back here together tonight. So thanks very much for them coming along. And of course, laptop literacy was superseded by the X team, so called because it was the new Apple operating system 10, OS 10 at the time. We called it X Team. X-Files was big at the time on the television, so we went along with that. And you'll see some of the posters and stuff that were associated with that time, which are on display in the room next door. Yes. So thanks very much for coming along. And of course the training carries on to this day, and I'm grateful that Jamie, where's Jamie hiding? Jamie has come along as well. He is doing the training tonight. Again, I'm indebted, we were indebted, all of us are indebted to the technical team who looked after the computers. And the technical team is represented here tonight. Where are technical teams at? Technical, there they are. Some who haven't been together for a long time. And a very special member of the technical team, of course, is the doyen of the IT help desk, who pretty much everybody in here has dealt with on the telephone or by email, but I'm guessing that few of you have met in person, none other than Jeanette Facey. Here is Jeanette. So I hope you'll get an opportunity to actually see Jeanette properly and thank her, as I will do, for all the work that Jeanette put in over the years. In terms of bus support, once again, tours helped with maintenance, our friends at Outdoor Power and Plant. And also on the bus enthusiast community, we've got John and Richard Davis. Where are they? At the back. Richard Davis, of course, is in the news today because he's been involved with the new set of stamps. That's right, isn't it? Yes. Yes, so thanks for them and their support on those early cold mornings in the top shed down at Summerhill. Thanks very much for coming along. Almost at the end here. This particular heading says wellness in inverted commas. What's that all about? Oh, I know. Thanks so much to John Gill for coming along from the office, who helped me and indeed my daughter out at one point in the head office, and also was responsible actually for representing the computer bus in later years and giving it a good hearing on senior management, and also fixing up a home for it when it was destined to be made homeless. I don't know when that was, about 2011, something like that. So thanks very much, John, for coming along. I do appreciate it. And also under that heading, we welcome Liz Kimber, who supported me and my family when things got a little bit tough towards the end as well. So thanks, Liz, for coming along. We do appreciate it. Thank you. Teachers, we've got a lot of teachers here tonight. We've got lots of primary school teachers who, of course, have to be a jack of all trades and do everything from art to literacy to this, that and the other, and to IT. Never failed to be impressed and grateful for all the effort that the primary school teachers put in as a result of all the things that we do on the buses. Not forgetting, of course, our secondary IT departments as well. And I'm delighted that we've got heads of secondary IT here, past, looking at Brian, and present, and all the excellent work that they put in. Coming towards the end now, pupils past and present. One pupil that's here tonight has come all the way from Leeds. Is someone you may not have met before, but many of you will have heard of because his work featured when he was in year 3 through to year 13 in teacher training courses that we did. Kyle Withington, who's come all the way from Leeds for tonight. Thanks, Kyle, for coming. You have a business now in Leeds, is that right?
I now work for a different business.
You do, but the point is that the stuff that Kyle did, and the point that was made earlier, was sort of done at Doon School and Ramsey Grammar and on the computer bus. So thanks for coming along. We also have, strangely enough, people who also went on the computer bus. We have in Government House's own Rowan Corlett here, someone who was on the bus on the very first day at Sulby School on March the 11th, 1998. And you remember that visit, do you not? Yes. We also have the Nathan here, who tells me that he went on the computer bus when he was at school Valagield. So thank you for that, Nathan. And who else looks at sheet? Rowan, we've done, that's right. Oh, I see, yes. Not forgetting, of course, the last day of the computer bus, which is Amelia, Charlie, Eben and Una, who were there at Sulby School on March the 3rd, 2020. And I asked them to come along tonight because I particularly was keen to have some young people here, and I thank you. Their work, they represent the tens of thousands of boys and girls that came on the bus over the years, and thanks very much for coming along. Last but not least, I'd like to say thank you to my family who are arranged on the front row here. Nigel and Dot, Vivian, Sandra of course, and my daughter Elizabeth and Nick. Thank you all for coming along tonight. There's an exhibition in the other room. I hope you'll all get to talk to each other later on. To all of those who couldn't make it this evening, and there were, as I say, hundreds, I would have loved to have come along. Your Excellency, Lady Lorimer, and Minister Edge, thank you very much, everybody. Much appreciated. This here is a reference, thanks, a recognition, a tribute to your efforts too. Thank you.